This is retro unboxing. One of my favorite things to do as a child was to unbox my brand new electronic. Whether it be a new toy, a video game console, or a video game itself, I love everything about it. The feeling, the smell. If you share in that love for this feeling, then you have found the right video. This is the series where we take and unbox retro items and relive that awesomely nostalgic feeling. And I feel like this week's is really gonna take me back. So without further ado, welcome to Christmas 1987. All right, here we go. One of my favorite moments when you get to peek into that package and it's what I've always wanted. My very own pair of hit sticks. Now, who doesn't remember hit sticks? Developed and produced by NASA and distributed, at least here in the United States, by Radio Shack. Now, as you can see from the box, this one is actually the Japan release. There's a reason why we got the Japan release, because in Japan, it was released by our friends over at Sega. And for this nice, crispy, brand new set of hit sticks, I have Dr. Mod to thank. He's always finding me all kinds of really cool stuff like this. What are hit sticks? Well, as you can see, you have a little boom box and it clips to your belt, right? And then that is connected by some audio wires to two plastic drumsticks. And then you can just like air drum away and it plays your terrible air drumming out of that boom box that's clipped to your hip. No doubt driving your parents and your siblings nuts. But you know, that was the fun of it, really. And I gotta tell you, in 1987, at 7 years old, I was an aspiring musician. So I loved hit sticks. But let's open this thing up and see if we can pop some batteries in there and see if they still work. Look at that, brand new, never been used. We even have the instructions, which are in English. Oh, here's the Japanese ones, okay. We got our instructions, which tell us everything we need to know. Oh, look at, we even have the warranty registration card. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Wow, remember when you used to have to register stuff like this? Now you just press a button, connects to the Wi-Fi or whatever. Look at this. These are still fresh and crispy in their packaging. Man, this is really taking me back. There really wasn't much to these things, actually. Back in 1987, when they were released, they were sold for about 20 bucks. $19.95, I think, is what Radio Shack sold these things for. Which, I guess if you do the math nowadays, that probably checks out. Look at that. Man, I almost feel bad unboxing these things, but it's too cool to not, right? I am just dying to see if they actually work still. If I can get them out of this plastic. I get the feeling they've been sitting in this plastic for quite some time. There we go. Look at that. Ooh, they're like sticky. This type of plastic didn't hold up super well. I was gonna give them the TST, the Tofer sniff test, but with how sticky they are, I don't know. We gotta do it anyways though, right? So here we go. I gotta tell you, completely odorless. I'm a little disappointed in the lack of odor. I was at least expecting like some old school electronic smells. God, I used to take these things to school with me. They used to get me in so much trouble. Very simple though. I mean, you just have like an off, on, and then volume. That's it. There's really not much to these. Let's see what kind of batteries they take. What do you want to bet? 1987? It's a 9 volt, I bet. What do you know? 9 volts. I should have seen that coming. I don't know if I have 9 volt batteries. Okay, success! I found my Rayovac, I don't know, some off-brand battery. I don't even know where I got these, but they're 9 volts. They're gonna get us to where we need to be, guys. All right, what do you think? They were brand new, so I would expect them to still work, but you never know. Anybody remember sticking their tongue to the 9-volt battery to see if it was still good? Because you always wanted to know if it, like, was it a dead battery or did your device die? All right, here we go, guys. It's the moment of truth. Let's untangle this. I feel like that's a pretty decent cable length. Okay, here we go. I heard it kick on. We got a red light. So that's good. It's terrible. I remember them being so much cooler. One sound. And I'm pretty sure oh, what song is that? Poison, 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 poison. I don't know. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like it sounds like they just use white noise. They just put a little clip of white noise in there. Not the most sensitive things in the world. See that? Look at that. You really need to give it a good... Now I can't get the Poison song out of my head. Who sang that? Who was that? Bell Biv DeVoe? BVD? Bell Biv DeVoe. BBD? BBD. The worst part was like when you actually hit them on stuff, because not only do you have the terrible white noise thing, but you got the percussive noise of the... Yeah, I don't know. They're still a lot of fun though, I gotta be honest with you. I could just sit here and play these for hours. I'm never gonna show these to Crosby though. That would absolutely drive me nuts. But there you go. Not the most sensitive things in the world, but they still work after all these years. And as you can see, well, you probably can't see, here's the price. 2,980 yen. It always seems like a lot, but that probably equals out to, I don't know, somewhere between 15 and 20 bucks is my guess. But Dr. Mod brought this over to me, and I couldn't resist. Just look at how cool these kids are on this box. And check this dude out right here. He's wearing 2 swatches because... Are they 2 different times? Okay, they tell the same time. But there you go, 2 swatches, hit sticks. If you don't remember hit sticks and you grew up in the 80s, then you didn't have an awesome childhood. I'm kidding. You probably had an awesome childhood. You probably just, your parents knew better than to get you like junk toys or whatever. And if you don't remember this, the hit sticks were actually succeeded by Hit Sticks 2. And then they also had, I think they had like a keyboard version where these things slid over your hands, and then you had one of these on your belt, and you can play keys. I think they were called hit keys or something like that. But if I remember correctly, the second version of Hit Sticks introduced more sound. So you actually had this. This is clearly supposed to be some kind of snare sound, but if I remember correctly, there was a kick and a tom and maybe even like a hi-hat noise that came with it. I don't know. That could be a fever dream from when I was a kid. If you could unbox anything from your childhood to give you that super rush of nostalgia, what would it be? Hit the comments and let me know. Maybe I can find one, and maybe I'll unbox it. Also, Don't forget, folks, after you use your electronics like this, always be sure to remove your batteries. It's really important if you want to preserve your stuff like this. But while you're here, you should check out some of my other cool videos on awesome video game mods, or follow along to the channel right here, because you are not going to want to miss the next retro unboxing, which is going to be a retro video game console that I could almost assure you did not own. And while we're waiting, enjoy the journey.